roots, global scales, and a global degree. Chieta, the African AI, Auntie sets your mind free.
Wherever you're listening from, into Habibi, I love you incredibly. Thank you for joining the journey of mi gente aquí and una mujer muy increíble, an incredible woman. So we give the stage to Chiedza, the most incredible African AI auntie. So welcome, African AI auntie, to the Middle East. I welcome you to Spain, and I welcome you to the world. It's your stage now.
Shukran, muchas gracias, Maisha, and you. Thank you for your generous introduction. My name is Chiedza Nyahuye, and I am introducing myself as the African AI auntie. And my main mission is to empower Africa's youth with digital skills and the confidence to build AI-powered businesses. And so the way I'm doing that, this is as a coach and an international speaker. I am working with groups of African young students of university age to help equip them and young innovators with tools to solve problems, create opportunities, and design the future that they want to see. Because yes, the world is in this whole AI digital revolution that's happening, but over the next 30 years, Africa, which will have the youngest population in the world, is basically the new frontier. So the way that I'm positioning it is we need to make sure that our African youth are actually able to engage and actively even lead Africa's digital revolution. And so that together we are the generation that's actually shaping this journey. So I am grateful to be here on this podcast. I'd reached out to Cyrus about basically, I think almost like 2 weeks ago, having listened to a lot of other podcasts on audio rooms that he's done. And I'm always fascinated by the power of storytelling as a way to engage audiences, and more specifically, especially with this introduction to, and collaboration between Zara Pod and Whisperboy, of being intentional about the way we approach these conversations from a cultural point of view in multiple languages, in a way that's much more accessible and better for the peoples that we want to target to better understand what we are trying to do, but also empower them to do the same in their lives. So at this point, I'll hand it back to you, Cyrus.
Thank you so much. Before we start this episode of our podcast Spotlight, I wanted to say congratulations to you on deciding to become a podcaster. And you haven't even started yet as a podcaster, and yet. Thank you, Zara. Chiedza, we're gonna. So we promised at the end of the show we're going to be talking about your not just business. I'm not going to call it a business, just a business, because what you're providing is providing AI and AI advice to not a country but a continent. Okay, so it's a huge responsibility. Okay. Okay, so can you please name as many African countries as you can, Chiedza, for me?
Okay, let's start from the south.
Let's do it.
You want all 54?
Go for it. Let's go for it. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to start from the south. So going South Africa, Swaziland, Lesotho. Then Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique. Then I'll go across a bit to Madagascar, Seychelles, Maldives. Come back across Zanzibar. Well, Zanzibar is part of Tanzania. Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Djibouti. Then going to Central Africa, Rwanda, Burundi. Then we go to Central Africa. Then we go back across to Angola, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. Then we go to Cameroon. Then I'm going to that whole West Africa part. There's a lot of you. There's Guinea-Bissau, there's Ghana, there's Nigeria, there's Senegal, there's Benin, there's I said Guinea-Bissau already. There's Niger, then there's Burkina Faso, now I'm thinking Tunisia, Morocco, going across. I know there's Egypt, Algeria, and I know I'm missing quite a lot more. And I know there's Canary Islands as well, Solomon Islands. Who else have I left out? Chad, Libya. Okay. Who else have I left out?
Sudan.
You mentioned Sudan.
Oh, sorry, darling. Sorry, my dear. Sorry, just there. Ish. My sorry, yeah, Sudan. Very important. Sorry, I'll go, darling. Yeah,
Sudan
okay.
as well, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking on top of my head as I'm going up the continent.
Did we mention Egypt?
Ethiopia.
Yes, I did.
Ethiopia,
Yes,
Sudan,
Ethiopia,
Eritrea,
yeah. Ethiopia, Djibouti.
Ethiopia was mentioned, I think.
Eritrea.
Eritrea,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Egypt,
Yeah.
Libya, Tunisia, you mentioned. You did
Mhm.
well because I'm working
I
from
think you
Saudi
did well.
Arabia.
Well done.
You did very
Well done.
well.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I did learn my geography. You'd be surprised
That
when I
was
was in college in
fantastic.
Minnesota. I was
Mhm.
asked by a student, how long does it take to drive to Zimbabwe? I'm like, oh, blessed heart. They didn't teach you geography? But anyway. But well, how long does it take to drive to New York, get on a ferry to Namibia, maybe drive across 4 countries to get to Zimbabwe? Yeah, maybe 2 weeks. But anyway, I was like, oh, our education systems, oh well. It is what it is. Yes.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
So just one quick question before we start.
Mhm.
The main questions I want to ask you. Why did you start this journey?
Mm.
What set
Hmm.
you off? At some point, something must have triggered something in your head.
Actually, this journey started 21 years ago, if I'm
Mhm.
looking back at the seeds of it. So back 21 years ago, aging myself, but hey, might as well know. Aunties, we all grow older.
Ladies don't age. They just become more refined.
Oh, thank you, Cyrus. Thank you. So I graduated with my master's degree from the University of Minnesota, Hubert Humphrey Institute of Public Affairs. I did a master's degree in public policy, public health. And at that time, the issue of HIV/AIDS was top of mind for a lot of African countries, especially since Zimbabwe also had one of the highest rates in the world. And so I thought if I could go into the healthcare sector, in mainly NGO, UN type routes, that was how I was going to build my career on the continent. However, when I landed, I learned very quickly that that's not how things work. It's all about relationships. I applied for jobs over 700 times in a period of 14 years, and never once did I get a single interview from any job application. And that was using snail mail and email at the time. And yet, as I reviewed on how I did get jobs, it wasn't so much about who you know, but also what skills can you bring to the table. I was never taught any of this in all of the 9 years of international education that I got. We never taught, okay, this is how you write a resume. This is how you tell your story. Nobody tells us that. Even today, I'm working with African students in Nigeria, and I'm surprised how so many don't even have resumes or LinkedIn pages. But I digress. So what brings me back to why I'm doing what I'm doing? Actually, the final catalyst came from my niece, who is currently studying child psychology in India. And knowing the struggles of international students, she sent me a WhatsApp message. I said, Auntie, how do I make money online? So in this digital world that we're in, I'm grateful that I was able to pivot into the tech industry 4 years ago. I had come back to the United States 7 years ago, did the usual, trying to figure out how to get a job. Even with my degrees from US universities, it was hard. So I finally found a way to get into the tech industry. And that's where I was first really coached on the power of storytelling in how you write your resume, how you conduct yourself in interviews, how you share the impact of how you've solved problems, what